Well, after days and days of rain, things have finally cleared up and I'm able to do this mowing job, or at least I'm able to go over there and hopefully do the mowing job. But my gosh, it has been cold and rainy all week, and today the sun is popping through, so I think we'll be able to do it. Well, I do love these tie-down points. So here's the property. There's just a lot of overgrown brush back here, back around the back end of the house. A lot of this kind of stuff here. It's very thick, and biggest concern is always to find any surprises buried in there. Not much growing here because they had a new septic system put in, so it's real gravelly. But back here, this used to be a wooded area, and then it got cleared partially by a rare tornado, something that never happens in southern New Jersey, but it wiped out this whole area. It's just a path. Well, that's what I guess hurricanes do, or tornadoes. So it wiped this out. They had to rebuild, and this has just gotten kind of overgrown now through the years. Past couple of years, you can see a big tree trunk there. So I can't even see what's in here. So I'm going to have to just try and get down here as best I can. They really want mostly cleared out behind the house. It's quite a hill here too, so I don't know where, if there's a drop off or what. So could be a bit of a fun challenge. And there too, up to the shed. Again, this is a hill here, but I should be able to go across there and clear that out as well. I'm gonna just try and drive back here first. Yeah, I just don't know what I'm getting into. All right, it opens up a little bit there. You can do this. that's probably one of the trees that got taken down by the tornado, and they had to cut it off. Pointed right toward the house, so that's not going anywhere without, without a bigger machine. So the primary goal here is to get to that old shed. So again, this is pretty steep, probably hard to see on camera, but I'm going to try and get back to that shed. There's a piece of wood there. I can pick that up with the grapple and put that over by the tree stump. Yeah, this is all tree stumps and limbs. There's another stump right there coming back here. A lot of stumps. There's a big root ball up there. So this was all just left over from the storm. So there's really no getting in there to mow that. And even if I pick up some of these pieces with the grapple, I still got these big stumps to deal with here. And again, the hill is pretty extreme. So I think I'll take the grapple and just try to push in here and rip out some of that stuff to at least reveal what's behind there. Well, I kind of ate the fat frog first and did this hilly area, which was a little challenging because of the grade and a lot of debris in here with the old trees that were cut down. There's a stump right there. I found that when you see kind of an established grouping, it usually means there's something hidden underneath. So there's a big tree stump there, and this one, and I didn't even see this one when I started, so I got around it as best I could. That's a very big tree stump. This growth on the side, I can't get close enough with the bush hog, so they're going to have to just trim that by hand, but at least they can get in here now. Another giant maple tree stump, and the maple's trying to come back to life. So more handwork is going to be needed there. And I was able to get up this hill, up to the pool pretty well. A lot of poison ivy there, so I told the homeowner to be careful of that. But yeah, there's a ton of poison ivy growing up in there. And then on this side, there were several obstacles that I wasn't quite aware of. I knew about this propane lid, but then the septic field that was put in a few years ago, you've got these little caps where the bed is, I guess, and that's this lid to the septic tank was completely hidden. So luckily I didn't hit anything. And then I guess there's a wellhead there. I was nervous about that. So otherwise, now I've got to just clean up this field area here, which is basically flat and kind of rolling. And then once I get this done, there's more around the corner on the other side of the house, and I'll clean that up. So far it's gone pretty well. So up along here on the side yard of the house, I just need to whack down some of these small trees and bigger brush so they can get in here with a regular mower to mow through here. And this, there's a pond back in here, a little like a fish pond, but that's dried up. So we're going to just try and go around that some, but there's a lot of, probably can't get in there too deep. So I'll get around it and again knock down at least some of these trees. More poison ivy in there. Well, that was a pretty big job. I spent a few hours here today, 3-4 hours. A lot of mowing and pretty challenging with the topography. Is that how you say it? Topography, geography. Anyway, it was pretty steep, hilly, rutted, bumpy. A lot of debris from where the trees had been taken down. So tree trunks and logs. And then, of course, you know, it's surrounded by an old farm. So there's things in the grass that you just never know what you're going to find. In fact, as I was finishing up here today, I was just mowing just around the perimeter, and there was a terrible racket that came from the bush hog. So I stopped immediately, shut everything down, looked underneath, and everything looked fine. I didn't see anything. Then I looked behind the tractor a few feet, and there was this probably 3 foot by 3 foot piece of old rusty chain link fence that had been, I guess, stuck to the ground, and I must have dug it up with the bush hog. Anyway, looks like no damage was done, but it made a heck of a racket. So anyway, this was fun to do, and they're really cleaning up the property nicely. It's a great homeowner here, and I had a good time working with them as well. So thanks for being here today. I really do appreciate it. If you've not yet subscribed on YouTube or followed on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, I invite you to join me. If you enjoyed this video, click that thumbs up button if you would. And if you're watching from YouTube, you can click right here for this other video that I'm sure you'll enjoy. But thanks for watching, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.